we got a bonnet bay, but ignore the bonnet. We got a bonnet bay, but ignore the bonnet. And she has a question, which I think is a legitimate question. Let me share it with you guys.
I'm beyond frustrated and confused, and TikTok does not fucking help. So, I see a lot of people upload, like, let's be transparent. How much money do you make? How much money do you make at your job with your career? How are you affording this lifestyle? Da 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 da. And then you read the comments under those videos, and everybody is like 180,000, 150,000. Like everybody is making 80,000 to $400,000 under those comments. But then we see majority of TikTok creators, like not creators, TikTok people that are just on this app complaining about their finances. Like most of us are not doing that well. So whenever people make these videos, like pay transparency, and 99% of the comments are all making over $90,000, it is very confusing as to like what the fuck is happening in real life. And so the reason why I say that is because in my city right now, they are building up brand new apartments every fucking where. And when I say brand new apartments, these are not average apartments. These are like studio apartments starting at $1,900. 2-bedroom apartments, $2,500 to $3,000. Like that is not average for the normal 9 to 5 worker to pay. Remind you, most of these places want you to make, well, every place wants you to make 3 times the rent. So, so I'm like confused because I'm like, how, where are these people working that are affording to live in a studio for $1,900? And then it's like, is society trying to just push people to get married or something? Because I can understand a 2-person household affording that. I can't understand a single mother or just a single person affording this. So I'm confused. I'm so confused because, again, a lot of us are on this app complaining about our finances, but then you run into one of those pay transparency posts and you see that a lot of these people are actually like rich in my book, and you're making 180,000 a year, baby, you got money compared to my ass.
Do everybody actually show receipts, or do they just say it when these pay transparency posts?
And then in real life, it seems as if everybody is making 180,000 because of the new build apartments that they're building. Like, I am so confused. Like, where are the poor people?
All right, so let's work backwards on this conversation, okay? She said a lot. She asked a lot of questions. I feel like I should have gotten my iPad. I am. I'm gonna go and get my iPad on the next segment, so I can get my Apple Pencil, and I'm gonna start taking notes because there are certain things that I want to address. And what I also want to do is I want to start letting these videos play longer so I can get the full context before I stop it in the middle because I be having a lot to say, and you know how we do on the Millionaire Derailment Show. So let's start from the front and or the back and then work our way back to the front, okay? She says it seems like everybody is making $180,000 because of these expensive apartments that's being built. Now, there's a couple different things that goes along with that. You got to understand the amount of money that is being made and being generated, and you have to start just looking at it from a business perspective. All right. Let's say, for example, you build an apartment building and it has 50 units in it, right? And the units are going anywhere from 18, 1900 for a studio up to $3,000, $4,000, depending on which units you get, what your view is or whatever, for a 2-bedroom apartment. And then people will say, man, how can they afford this? Where you drive by a house and you say, man, what do they do for a living? And then let's take a metropolitan area. A metropolitan area may be the city plus the surrounding areas of people that may live, work, and play in that area or is looking to move into a specific part of downtown or wherever they building this new apartment building, right? And these 50 units, 50, right? Because people will drive by, hundreds of thousands of people will drive by every day and say, man, I wonder who lived there, or man to do this, I want to do that. If you got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 million people in a metropolitan area, okay? In Chicago, you got 3.5 million people in Chicago alone. In New York, you got 8 million people inside of New York, right? Even if you take a place like Memphis, they got 3, 4, 500,000 people or 450. I don't know exactly how many Memphis got, but then you take the surrounding areas, the metro Memphis area also. It's a lot of people. Let's just take the people that's inside of Memphis. You don't think that there are 50 people that want to live, work, and play in that particular area that can afford those apartments? So if you're just going based off of what you see around you, you will be misinformed as to what is available and who is really getting money. That's the first thing. The second thing that you have to understand is that there's a big gap. Look at this. Thank you, Apple. There's a big gap. All right. What we keep trying to equate is how our small mind can make sense based off of our circumstances, what everybody else is doing. There are haves and there are have nots. There are people that say that they make a lot of money and they don't make as much as they really are making, as they saying that they say make it on the internet. There are people that don't make a lot of money and they transparent because they're going to do a complaining video on TikTok or YouTube or Instagram, and they're going to complain about their circumstance and say, oh man, this economy is messed up. Who making all of this money? And then there are rich people, because nobody is a monolith. There's no monolith on a poor person and there's no monolith on a rich person. And then you got people that have resources, right? And there's rich people that don't necessarily care about the visibility because they don't want everybody in their business and they know that you're going to hate them once you realize how much money that they make. All of these pro-black grifters, they all live around white people while they talking about how great black people are and that they lambasting white people, right? And then you have the richer white people or black people or whoever it is that's getting a lot of money and they don't mind showing their money a little bit more. They may not be as visible as far as, on the internet and stuff like that and social media, but it's some people that's really getting money, right? And then you have people that are solidly middle class that choose to live above their means. And so it's a lot of people that make 70, 80, 90, 100, $200,000 and they still living paycheck to paycheck because just because they are good at what they do does not mean that they're good at their finances. And I've seen it 1,000 different times. I've seen doctors making $400,000-$500,000 a year that is up to debt in their eyeballs and they only saving $2,000 a month because they have increased their lifestyle to match their income. And so they are not a monolith. Y'all think that just because people make a lot of money, that means that they keep a lot of money. No, there's people that don't make a lot of money. As far as what doctors make, they may solidly together inside of their household, man and woman together, working together, make $75,000, $80,000 a year. He may make 50, 55, she make 30, 25, and together they make 75, 80. And then what happens is they lower their lifestyle in order to be able to do the things that they want. They don't have car notes. They don't do this. They don't do that. And so they've made smarter decisions and choices. They choose to max out on their 401k and then may live a smaller lifestyle. And that's not something that they have to trip off of. Y'all might have to leave and come back. If the audio is messing up for you, you might have to leave and come back. Let me see something real quick. Y'all might have to leave and come back. If the audio is messing up for you, you might have to leave and come back. Is the audio kind of slow? Let me see. Testing 1, 2. All right, so we are good. So if y'all need to, then y'all can just go ahead and leave and come back. And if your audio need to catch up. But the point that I'm basically making to you guys, yeah, y'all might have to refresh. That's on YouTube side. So the point that I'm making to you guys is that everybody ain't poor. And it's a lot of people that pretend to be rich that don't really got the money that they say that they got. Everybody is not poor, and it's a lot of people that say that they got money and they not really getting it like that. I'll tell you that it's a lot of rappers that really ain't got money like that. I'll tell you that it's a lot of athletes that 5 years after they leave the league, they ain't gonna have no money like that. I'll tell you that it's a lot of regular people that work 9 to 5s and they did multiple different jobs and they got bags, they got assets, they running it up. Have y'all ever noticed that the people that are the business people, the smartest business people, they don't dribble a basketball, they don't do any of that. We even got the wrong type of heroes, to be honest with you. We even got the wrong type of heroes. Have y'all, you know what I hate about the culture? You know what else I hate about the culture? Have y'all noticed that every time that we use somebody as an example to illustrate what we should live our life like, we always refer to what Jay-Z and Beyonce is doing? Well, LeBron, hey man, y'all shouldn't be doing this. Don't sell drugs in your community. Well, Jay-Z did it and he made it. Why is you comparing yourself to Beyonce and Jay-Z? What are you doing? Why do we only compare ourselves to people that we see as entertainers? Now, LeBron, like, nigga, that's not a real example. You shouldn't do that. Don't go based off of LeBron. Well, Will Smith, nigga, what are you talking about? Why are you comparing yourself to Kevin Hart and his relationship? Like, dog, y'all got to stop. Y'all need better examples of people of how you supposed to live your life and what's realistic. I hate when people use celebrities as an example to illustrate a point of how you supposed to live your life, as though y'all even really know how they live in their life. You have no clue. So the point that I'm making in this is that don't believe everything that everybody posts on Instagram. And just because they get a new car don't mean they're not paying a 17% interest rate on that vehicle. Just because they got a new car does not mean that they're not financing it up to their eyeballs and they're paying 17% interest on that joint. Stop coveting everybody else's life and run your own race. Stop coveting everybody else's life and run your own race. Stop coveting everybody else's life and run your own race. I am very patient and I have not bought or built a multi-million-dollar mega mansion. Is it possible that I can go and buy a mansion? Absolutely. 100%. 100%. Is it conducive for my life right now? No. If I never get one, it won't probably make sense for me to actually do it. If I do get one, I'm doing it just because I can do it. I'm not doing it because it makes sense, because I don't even have a big enough family to put a bunch of people in there. I don't even like living with people. I would just be doing it just so I can go in and figure out what it is that I can do. Do I plan on building one at some point in the future? I plan on breaking ground sometime next year on one. Absolutely. I do. But it's not because I need it. It's because that's just something that's a nice to have. Right now, I choose not to do that because the way my checking and savings is set up is kind of messed up right now. I'm running my own race. I'm running my own race. I choose to live in a regular, it's a really nice house and it's got all of the amenities. It's got really great furniture in it. It's got the views, it's by the water, and it's nice. It's very nice. Good schools, all of that stuff, but it's not mega mansion. It's not something that you would probably put on Architectural Digest. I don't think anybody is gonna come to me on MTV Cribs and say, "Let me see how you live and show me that big old." I got a hell of a deck though. I got a hell of a deck. My deck, I got a hell of a deck. I'm running my own race. Who am I in competition? I just so happen to like cars. I want to have a house, but and I will tell you this. I will tell you this. I ain't got no mortgages. I ain't got no mortgages. I could have built a really, 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 really big one, or I could build three of them, three or four of them, and then I say, all right, daughter, here's a house for you in your name. Mom, here's a house for you in your name. I want a couple of them, and I want the downtown penthouse. That's the way I decided to do it. I parsed it out. Hey, you get a house, you get a house. Everybody got their houses now. All right, we all in the same area. Everybody good, and they paid for. Brand new. Everybody got a house. Some of them not brand new, but they paid for. We don't owe no banks. The only thing we pay is property taxes and insurance and utilities and maintenance. No banks. That's the way we decided to do it. We ran our own race. Now some people would look at that and say, "But you ain't living in no mansion. You ain't doing this. You ain't doing that." Run your race. Run your own race. Run your race. Cause they'll trick you. They'll fool you. It's been people around me at some point, and I know for a fact, like they showed me. I even coached them. Honest to God, I even coached them. And I'd be like, yo, wait a minute. What's going on, family? What y'all got going on? And they got these big houses and they traveling every month and they going this and that and they taking these vacations. And somebody came to me and said, man, how? And I said, listen, this is attorney-client privilege. But see, I know that they are leveraged to the hilt. Credit cards on 10. Every single month, they 5 days late on their mortgage. All of their furniture is financed. And they don't contribute a dime, not a dime to their retirement. And when I talk to them on the coaching call, sometimes I say, hey, hold on, wait a minute. You got to slow down, partner. You might need to adjust some things and make a different life choice. Yeah, man, I plan on doing that. I'm going to do it. I got that. I got it. Next thing you know, they on another trip. I chose to do my stuff on the back end. I choose to do my stuff on the back end. I wanted to make sure my daughter's college was paid for. Wanted to make sure everybody got a crib. Wanted to make sure I got a certain amount in my brokerage account. Wanted to make sure that I'm building so many houses per year. Want to make sure that I'm investing in my businesses. All of this type of stuff. I don't want to live like that. I don't need that type of stress in my life.